It's football season.
Oh, it's been football season ever since we whooped that butt.
Hey, man, I hope y'all ready. Hope y'all had a blessed week. I know I did. What about you?
Man, it was great to watch football that Miami wasn't involved and watch Florida State get upset by UVA.
So, Croc, how was your week, Croc? Croc.
Can you hear me?
What's up? How was your week, Croc?
Man, I'm down at the bar, man. We getting ready for this game, man. So we got lots of Seminole fans, Ron.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay. Okay.
Tell LT, we ready, man. Tell LT, we ready down here in Tallahassee, man.
Well, Croc, I brought some hardware for you.
Yo, he's flexing his ring.
Hey, I done made my
everything.
trip down to. I went and talked to the AD. I talked to the coach. We ready to go. We surprise them. Hurricanes, they don't know they're in for down here, man. Listen, tornado Seminoles coming through, man. We're going to tear up Miami right now, man. Listen, we're so excited about this game down here. The city's on fire. I talked to Corey Fuller. He said that Lamar been calling them all week, trying to just get up under the skin. But Lamar sad on Saturday night, man. He's going to be sad.
All right, it's Friday night, so let's have some fun, y'all. Let's have some fun. Whether you guys are here on location with us at Twin Peaks or you guys watching us online, we need you guys to get really comfortable. I mean really comfortable. Grab you some food, grab you some drinks, and let's get ready to dive into the Gridiron Grudge Football Podcast. You ready, LT?
Man, I'm ready. I'm looking at Henry Crocker with that ugly shirt on.
Listen,
Like
hey,
he got
Lamar
skin
Jennings on my
disease.
shirt.
Man,
Hey,
he
Lamar,
got
I'm gonna bring you back one of the FSU towels. I'm gonna see if they can put your name on it.
Hey, I snatched a couple in my days, too. I still got T-Buck towel. I still got little Clifton Abraham towel. I got Corey Sawyer's towel. Boucher better be glad he wasn't playing. I'd have had his towel.
Okay, all right.
Hey, I did get Boucher to admit. They didn't realize you scored that many touchdowns on the Seminoles, man. We had no idea that you did score these touchdowns. We'll talk about it there in the locker room. The guys like, man, LT scored a couple touchdowns, man. I say, we had no idea. They said, yeah, he been calling me, reminding me every day this week, man. So listen, man, your name, hey, you in the locker room, LT.
That's the way I like
Hey,
it.
we're gonna punish those Hurricanes because everything that you said.
Hey, well, y'all hold on with this verbal sparring right now. We're going to get into that, but we're going to say the juicy part for last. So if anybody out there wondering what the Gridiron Grudge Football Podcast is about, let me tell you right now. It's all about Florida football. I mean Florida high school football. Football from the University of Miami Hurricanes. Football from the Florida State Seminoles. Football from my University of Florida Lizards. I mean the University of Florida Gators, not the Lizards. Not the Lizards, but the Gators.
You said
And hold on. And we're going to be talking a little bit about NFL matchups, mainly our Dolphins, since me and you are both former Dolphins. So that's what it's about. We're talking about high school football, college football, and some NFL football. And you guys can catch us live here at Twin Peaks each and every Friday at 6 p.m. And if you can't catch us here on location, you can catch us on TikTok, YouTube, Vimeo, and Instagram at Gridiron Grudge Podcast. Let's go Gators. Now before we get started, we gotta give a big shout out to the people that pay our bills, that help us put this podcast on a weekly basis. Big shout out to Twin Peaks for allowing us to come into your establishment each and every Friday and rock our podcast. Big shout out to Amerant Bank, my man Orley, the official bank of the Miami Dolphins. Big shout out to the Crockett Foundation, giving you a shout out, Croc. Big shout out to Next Guest Transportation. And this guy right here, LT, I don't know if you know him. He's very important to us on this podcast, the Larry Bluestein Report. This guy's been reporting about football talent on the high school level here in the state of Florida for over 55 years. And when he talks, he's like E.F. Hutton. Everybody listens.
Blue.
Everybody listen.
Blue.
Yeah, my boy Blue. Big shout out to Larry. Now, without further ado, we're going to introduce you guys to the host of the podcast. And since I'm talking right now, I'll introduce myself. These are the words of the institutions that nominated me. These aren't my words. My name's Louis Oliver, former Gator great, former Dolphin great. And now I'm going to pass the baton to my man LT.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, all that good stuff. Lamar Thomas, former Miami Hurricane, from Gainesville, Buchholz, the Bobcats. Former Miami Dolphin.
Yes, sir.
Also Miami, former, I hate to say it, Tampa Bay Buccaneer. But yeah, this is me, and I'm gonna pass it on via satellite to a man that does need an introduction because he's wearing some ugly clothes. Henry Crockett up there in Tallahassee.
Crockett, former Seminole great, and soon to be winner of this Florida State University of Miami game. I'm so excited to come back home to South Florida as a winner. I just want to let Lamar know that. So I understand the animosity he has against greatness. But I can tell you this right here, being a Seminole great and also an Atlanta Falcon great, Tallahassee is rocking. We ready. This game on. I wish this game was going on tonight. I mean, the fans, everybody from everywhere is flown in town. The city is on fire. So I'm excited to talk football.
All right, now we got two other guests that are going to be piping in later when we get into the meat of this conversation. Ex-Hurricane and ex-Dolphin as well, Robert Bailey, ex-Florida State University Seminole, Mayor Wayne Messam of Miramar. They're going to be piping in with us. Now, last Friday, LT, we didn't do this show because you guys had a bye week.
Yeah.
My Gators had a bye week. But this is the thing with my Gators. Even during our bye week, we tied the game. How do you get a tie and you don't even play? Well, so now our record is 1-3-1.
Well, I think it's better to get a tie than a loss, right? I mean, because you done stacked up 3 in a row. I mean, I'm just saying, I would rather take a tie.
Hey,
does it make you feel better?
No, but you missed the comedy in that statement. We didn't even play last week and we tied.
Well, honestly, I thought that since y'all didn't play, you probably lost. You lost against yourself.
I'm glad we didn't. Now, Croc. I was hoping coming into this game this week against Miami. I was hoping we'd have 2 undefeated teams. But you guys had a little slip up there last week up in Virginia. Talk about that.
No, we fell asleep at the wheel last week. Tough game. Something about a Friday night game in Virginia, they always have our number. And I don't know why they took the game, but we fell short. We didn't answer the bell. But, I think it could have came at a better time. I think the guys probably got a little bit big-headed. It was a good opportunity for us to, level our mind down and say, you know what, we're not as good as we thought we were. We still got work to do. And I think they're going to embrace this challenge. And part of it was just looking forward to the next week. I don't think the coaches did a good job of getting the guys focused on, what's at hand right now. And they start looking forward to the next week. And I'm excited for it. I think that University of Miami hasn't faced anybody like Florida State yet, especially on the offensive side, having a quarterback that's mobile. I think that it's going to be a big challenge for University of Miami defense. And I don't see if they can live up to it. We understand they got good players, they're fast, they're physical, but I think we add a different dimension, and I'm excited to see how they respond to the pressure that we're going to apply to them.
Okay. What you got to say about that?
Well, I mean, I got to tell you, Croc, I really was impressed with your little quarterback. He kind of looks like Terrell Buckley playing quarterback. Little guy that can like a brown Doug Fluke.
You keep saying Terrell Buckley because you beat Terrell Buckley for that touchdown, so you want to keep saying Terrell Buckley.
Hey,
Look
that's
what you're
one of my
doing.
best friends, man. He got to get it every day. Even he takes bullets when he ain't even hit. He getting side bullets everywhere. But I think you guys do have a pretty good team. I mean, it is a rivalry game.
Yeah.
So we have to come out and play to our best abilities. We can't look past them because they're a weaker opponent. You know, that's what they did. That's the trap they fell into last week.
Yeah.
I think Mario Cristobal called it a rat trap. And so we can't.
So Virginia put the cheese in there.
Yeah, all that. So we have to really, and I know those guys have been taking this game serious. Again, it is a rivalry game, and they had lost the game. And the only thing that is different about this game is that the fact that game day is not there. But we understand why game day is not there. The SEC does rule the roost. So game day is going to go where the SEC is playing. They picked Alabama versus Vandy. Wow. But if Florida State would have taken care of their business, we wouldn't have had to worry about this.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, I'm surprised that Norville let those guys slip up against UVA. I thought that was going to be a blowout, but it wasn't. Unfortunately, going into the weekend, we got a 3-1 team versus a 4-0 team. So looking forward to the matchup. But you know, on another note, last week our Dolphins won. First game of the season. Do you know how happy I was the first game of the season? I mean, we won that game. I'm happy, but I feel as though we lost 50% of our offense with the Tariq Hill injury. What do you think?
That was a big injury, Lou. That was, to lose Tariq Hill, the guy who could make plays for you at any given time, was a big blow. But if there's any one thing that could come out of this, when you do have a guy like Tyree, he demands the ball.
Yes, he does.
He wants the ball, and if he's
all the time,
and if he's not getting the ball,
he's upset.
He can make things very miserable for everybody.
Yes.
So now, with him being gone, let's see what happens and see if the Dolphins. I don't want to say are better, but I think morale-wise might be better.
I'm not going to say that they're going to be better as well, but I do think this is going to make the Dolphins a much more balanced team.
Yeah.
I mean, now Tua, if they implement the running game, the game Monday night against the Jets, A-Chain, Ollie Gordon, they ran the ball very well. Tua spreaded the ball around. Waller, the new tight end coming back, he's healthy. He's going to be a big addition offensively with his size, his height, and his speed, able to open up the middle of the field so Tua can see him. He had 2 touchdowns, and now these younger guys can step up with Waddle, and they can spread the ball around, hopefully making it a much better balanced offense, and hopefully we can get a lot more wins going into the rest of the season.
I mean, you said it about as best you could say it. That's what I'm also hoping. And I want to see our defense play better also. I think, what we've seen before that game, they were able to get some stops when they needed them.
Yeah.
But those previous games, they weren't able to get any stops.
Yeah.
So, hopefully this is a carryover moment. They were able to have some success, and they did play more physical than they had played in previous weeks.
But
That I like.
I agree, and I think that we actually found a run game. I think H-Ham, who I'm saying his name correctly, 28. Man, he almost looked like Marshall Falk out there in that 28 running the other night. So I think we found something in him, and I think that Waddle, he's been a 100-catch guy for the last couple of years. He's gonna have to really step up, and I think he's ready for it. I was actually seeing him work out this past summer. And then having Waller come over, man, that's a weapon, man. And him coming back, getting 2 touchdowns this past week was really impressive. I think he's going to be able to spread the field. It's going to really force guys, especially these safeties, to really pay attention to him, and which that should free up receivers to be able to get some, get some space to be able to make some things happen, and also in the run game as well. So I'm excited about the Dolphins. And it might not be as bad as we thought it would be losing, Tyreek. But, seeing last week, I think we found something.
I mean, hate to say it, this could be a blessing in disguise.
Unfortunately.
In all reality.
Yeah.
I mean, so I look forward to hopefully seeing a more balanced offensive football attack from our Miami Dolphins. Moving forward with our podcast, guys, we just want to stay at the edge of of what's really happening out there in football. And being that football in the state of Florida is the holy grail, we decided to add some new content to our conversations on a weekly basis by introducing the best high school football matchups in the state of Florida. Not only that, but also the best high school players in the state of Florida playing football. And with that being said, LT is going to introduce the games of the week as well as the players of the week from this previous week. And we're going to be doing that moving forward every Friday. So without further ado, LT, we got some highlights for y'all as we present these players. Check them out. They'll be going on to become future stars at the collegiate level and hopefully the NFL level as well.
All right. Last week's 5 top Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County prospects, class of 2027, Jamal Robinson, wide receiver from Hialeah Gardens Matter Academy, helped his unbeaten team wrap up a district title. Now, he's coached by Coach Ice Harris. Now, you knew they were going to be good over there. This is his first year coming from Booker T. So he has them rolling over there. The kid had 7 catches for 135 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
He has emerged as one of the top juniors in Florida this season.
Who's up next? That boy got some nice highlights there. He running past people. He's got the jets for real.
So, I mean, you see these plays on here, man. These are guys that when you're watching as a high school coach, a college coach, these guys stand out automatically when you go out there and practice and you see a guy like that, and he's probably doing it in practice, which is most importantly.
Practice makes perfect. Yeah.
So, you see what he was able to do right there. The second guy is class of 2029, Malik Leonard, quarterback with a 4-point GPA.
He's doing it on the class. He's doing it in the classroom and on the football field.
From Hollywood, Chaminade, Madonna. I mean, he's well coached over there. I know that coach very well. He continues to dominate football in the state of Florida. Chaminade does. Coming up with elite talent every year. The Lions are way ahead of 1A, which they shouldn't be 1A, but they are 1A. They beat 7A teams. Friday's win against 7A, Davey Weston shined a spotlight on the freshman with the first half performance, 5 touchdowns on 16 completions for 250 yards.
That kid's 14 years old, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, putting up numbers like that as a quarterback at 14, amazing.
I mean, but their program.
Yeah, and that's funny. That's my son's teammate.
Yeah.
That's my son's teammate, man. They train every weekend together. Malik kid, very sharp kid, very smart kid, come from a good family. So I'm excited to see him have success the way he's having.
And you think about all the players that come out of there now. We got probably the best player in the nation, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out of some.
I saw that kid, Jeremiah, 3 years ago. I tell you that dude's got a body like a grown man, dude.
Oh yeah.
Dude's got a body like a grown man, and he's got grown man talent right now.
Yeah, he's
now.
He is a definitely great talent.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's a monster with it.
The question is going to be whether he stays in school or not. I mean, but think about it, Luke. When you're making the type of money they're making right now in college, and do you want to go pro?
I mean, that's where the real money is on the pro level. I mean, you making some money. I mean, they making good money, and I'm happy for those guys. I mean, I'm all for this NIL program and all of that. These guys getting paid because of what they generate at these universities and colleges. But, boy, you know what that league money is. You see what Michael Parsons got. You see what those receivers getting, Chase and Jefferson. Them boys getting $40, $50 million a season.
Yeah, it's different. But, at the same time, if you're getting $3 to $4 or $5 million.
And you 18, 19 years old?
I mean,
I killed myself.
Do you want to be a grown man?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm looking at the forest and not the trees. That's just a stepping stone for me to pick up this $1, $2, $3 million on the collegiate level, and then I'm trying to get to that league where them big checks are the real bank.
Well, I think a lot of kids.
I mean,
gonna be
you
making
look at guys like Carson Beck, man, that decided to come back. I mean, he probably been a 4th, 5th round pick. I mean, he's staying back at University of Miami making like, I don't know if he's making $8 million or $7 million, whatever the amount of money he's making. He's making more than he would have made if he would have went into the NFL this year. And maybe that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to keep the talent in school. Like if you got a question mark, you can always come back and you still can make your money and see if you can improve your draft stock. You know what I mean? It might be a win-win for this college game, but at the same time, you know, it's starting to get a little bit out of hand where guys are really bringing in these handlers. Well, they're bringing handlers in and start to have conversations with coaches and versus like the coaches talking to the kids. They had to talk to the handlers. I had a conversation today with the AD from Florida State, and that's one of the biggest challenges. Like with these kids, having these guys that meet them at a young age and become their handlers, and they feel obligated to bring these kids to the table when they start dealing with the NIL deal. So I think those going to be some of the problems that they have to deal with moving forward. But right now, these kids are getting paid a ton of money. I'm happy for them, but at some point, there's a sense of responsibility and physical responsibility that has to come with that. So stay tuned to see how this turns out.
Hey, Mr. Crockett, I had a question for you from the audience.
Yeah.
A guy said, "How much did you guys pay Gary Coleman to play quarterback for you?" I don't know where that came from. I'm looking around. Somebody asked that question.
You know, I saw a quote that the ACC paid the most money for quarterbacks, so I figured that we were right in line with everybody else. So, you know,
hint.
Get a quarterback. You saw what happened when you got the wrong one last year.
Oh boy,
you're right about that. You know what I mean? Listen, that was bad money spent. So hopefully, so far, Castellino been delivering, and I look forward to him doing some great things tomorrow against University of Miami. Give you guys a look that you haven't seen. He gonna make you guys defend every blade of the grass tomorrow, LT. So I hope they got their running shoes on. They got a little extra conditioning this week because they gonna have to run tomorrow, man. The past couple of weeks, some quarterbacks been statues. They've been right where they want them to be. But I can almost guarantee he won't be where they want him to be on Saturday night. So I hope they got their track shoes on.
All right, I see you love to talk about this, so I'm going to get back to the high school.
Okay.
We got the class of 2026.
Who we got?
Fort Lauderdale Cardinal Gibbons quarterback Jaden Torres.
All right.
Jaden Torres completed 31 of 44 passes for 375 yards and 4 second-half touchdowns in a loss to West Broward. Here he is right here. Cardinal Gibbons, another good program in South Florida. They always have good players. I think Donnell Bennett came out of Cardinal Gibbons, and probably a couple more players. But here he is right here. Got a little mobile. There he is. Rolling to the left, throwing it back. That was a nice throw right there.
Nice throw there.
Here we go. Let's see what his speed
and
is
he got wheels too?
Okay. I see why.
All right, dual threat. I see it, dual threat.
See, drops back. Boom, fade to the numbers. Good throw. Let's see if he's, you know what, one thing I like, he's looking at his progression there. That's a good thing to see a high school quarterback do. Not just focus on one receiver. He's actually scouring the whole field to find that open guy. That's
a trait you don't typically get with a young quarterback, especially on the high school level. You don't even really get that on the collegiate level to where quarterbacks have that ability to look away. But to see him doing that and exhibiting that at this young age is only going to help him and make him a much better quarterback at the next level.
All right, our last guy, the class of 2027 running back, Amos Bradford from West Broward, had 172 yards in that game against Cardinal Gibbons, 18 carries and a pair of touchdowns on the third straight win. You know, that's the school where our receivers from at University of Miami right now, number 3, you'll see it. The Florida State Seminoles will see a lot of him tomorrow night, Joshua Moore. But here's Amos, 178 yards against Cardinal Gibbons. So this game right here had a bunch of stars. Let's see, he's actually going to return the kickoff here. Now, I wouldn't kick it to a guy that's that special.
I tell you what, I mean, I'm just looking at the type of offenses these programs are running right now is so different from when I played. I mean, we did mostly running and some passes, but these guys are running pro-style offenses in high school. I mean, this is really advanced football. I love to see this type of maturation in the game.
Great balance. Great balance. You saw in that last run, great balance. Let's get into the weekend's top games of the week. We got Chaminade, Monarch at Chaminade Madonna. We got American Heritage at Flanagan on Saturday. And the top game of the week is the Miami Northwestern Bulls against the Miami Central Rockets.
Now you know what that's gonna be. Who you got? Who you got with Monarch and Chaminade? I got Chaminade.
I mean, we all gonna get Chaminade.
Croc, who you got, Croc?
I got Chaminade. I think Monarch got a really good offense. They got some really good receivers down there, and I think that overall, Chaminade's got so much talent, so much firepower. I think they should be able to pull it off. But don't sleep on Monarch. They got a really good offense and they play really good football down there.
All right, next game is American Heritage at Flanagan.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go with American Heritage.
Yeah. So am I. I'm gonna take American Heritage. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take American Heritage with that.
That's where our main receiver's from, Malachi Tony.
Yeah. That boy's a monster.
Yeah.
And he's physical. I mean, to be 5'10", the way he handled my Gator DBs, I was upset about that. I was really upset about that, LT. I'm watching some of our cornerbacks get driven into the ground by a guy that's 5'10", 178 pounds.
Well, I got to tell you this. Talking to the receiver coach before the game, he told me that he challenged the kid. He told him that he basically said that number 0 was talking about his mama. And that could get the kid going.
Yeah, that's not necessary. I mean that type of stuff. I'm not gonna talk about your mama, your daughter, your sons, your friend. No. I'm just saying I've heard that in games. I mean, you hear all of that in games. Anything to win a ball game, but no, I'm not gonna stoop that low. I'm just gonna bust your ass. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do.
You were a guy that was feared, very much so. In this last game here, Miami Northwestern at Central.
Hold on, they're telling us we missed him. Mike, you say we missed somebody. We missed one of the players of the week last week. We don't want to miss nobody.
Yeah, we don't want to miss nobody. Okay.
Okay.
Class of 2026, Andrew Emmerich, quarterback, Jupiter, 3.83 grade point average, and keeping the Warriors unbeaten this season. Here he is. Jupiter's always had a good program. It was completed 13 passes for 203 yards and 3 touchdowns. Here he is on the run. Wow, great catch. See, that's what happens when you're watching somebody and then all of a sudden somebody else jumps up. Now I want to see who that receiver is catching the ball.
That Jupiter, they're up in Palm Beach County. They're up with my boys from Glade Central High School.
Yeah. All us in the same. We was all in the same district.
Yeah. Big shout out to the head coach of my high school at Glade Central High School, Coach Omar Hoggabook. That's how you pronounce it, Hoggabook. My 6-0 Raiders from Belle Glade. Next week we're at the district championship game. So big shout out to you guys. Hope you guys do well and pull this thing out.
We got to go back to the Central Northwestern game.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I got some stats on that. Just the number of NFL players in the past few years that both of these programs have put out. Miami Northwestern, 41 total players. 41 total players in the last 5 to 10 years that they put in the league. Miami Central, 28 total players that they put in the league. So you can guarantee yourself come Saturday, 4:30 at Travis Power Stadium, just about every college in the nation is going to be at that stadium looking at those guys. Man, it's going to be thousands of people there. I mean, literally thousands of people there. I got me some sideline passes, LT. I might have you one.
Well, I'll be up in Tallahassee.
Who you got, though?
Well, I'm going to go with It's a tough one this year. I just know Northwestern has 2 really good receivers, and I'm gonna go with Northwestern because of them 2 receivers. Now they've had some quarterback issues where they had a kid transfer to American Heritage, I think. But I'm gonna go with Northwestern. The Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls.
I'm gonna go with the West. I'm gonna go with the West because my boy Tony Martin, who played with us at Miami, he called me yesterday and said, "Hey man, put your money on the West." I say, "Well, T Marty, you know why?" He said, "Look, Lou, I'm telling you right now, we got the talent. This is our year. We're ready to go. Put your money on the West." So Marty, I'm gonna give you a big shout out right now. I'm gonna go with with Northwest. Croc, who you got?
I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with Central. I know Coach P. I coach with Coach P. He gonna have that defense humming. He gonna have them ready to go. And just like I'm gonna show you down here in Tallahassee, man, we out, man. We out in the street, man. We walking, man. We excited. And our Central gonna have that same kind of energy when it comes to play Northwestern. So I'm excited about it. You know, I think Coach P gonna have that defense ready to go, and I think he gonna neutralize those receivers that Northwestern got.
Hey man, I appreciate that. You guys' insight, comments on players of the week, games of the week. LT, I know you're ready for this. You and Croc ready for this. But let me get my guys out the way first before you guys put on y'all boxing gloves and start duking it out.
All right.
We got Texas tomorrow. Oh. We got the Longhorns tomorrow.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, LT and Croc, I'm not even scared. Here's what I am. I'm upset. And I mean upset. I'm pissed off right now. I'm pissed off right now. I mean, to have a team like the Florida Gators with that much talent, offensively, defensively, and not be able
fire the coach
and not be able to put up points. We've only scored 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games.
That's sad.
That bothers me, especially.
And who you play? You played Miami? Must have been.
We played you guys 3 touchdowns in the last week. With all of that, with all the ammunition that we have on that team, I'm trying to figure out what do we need to do besides getting a new head coach to turn this program around. I mean, I look at the talent on both sides of the ball. When you look at it on paper, there's no way we should be in the predicament that we're in. I look at the talent on paper, and I'm looking at who we're going against. Defensively, I'm not upset.
Lou, you could go on all night, but I think what we need you to calm down, Lou. And I think we got the mayor waiting on the line.
We got Mayor Wayne Messam.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go.
FSU graduate.
Hold on.
And for the record, that's my roommate. That's my roommate with 4 years in college. So you don't know.
You guys are roommates? There he is.
Roommates. Hey, listen. I always say Mayor Messam is the best roommate anybody can have. But he gonna educate y'all on football and let you know why them Seminoles gonna win tomorrow night, LT. So I don't know if you bought him on. I don't know. Listen, if you just trying to get Mayor Messam to come on and thought he was gonna be on your side because he's from Bear Glade. But without further ado, Mayor Messam.
Hey man, let me tell you something. See, you got good guys. Again, it goes back to my theory. You had a praying man praying for them kids, and look at you got a mayor, you got Henry, a good citizen. Look at them guys, and then look at them guys that played at Miami. They heathens.
Hey man, I'm happy. He's a homeboy of mine. He's a great friend of mine, especially my family. My brother and his sister had a beautiful daughter together. Welcome to the show. We're Mayor Wayne Messam. Welcome, Wayne. Glad to have you, buddy.
Hey, what's What's going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas? Man, I'm glad to see you guys got this conversation going on in your new platform, and all the best. Glad to be a part of the podcast.
Well, I tell you what, man, you sitting there with a big smile on your face. I hope that smile disappears tomorrow night.
Well, I'm smiling for two reasons, because I'm watching you guys, like Lou and LT. When we were younger, we used to look up to you guys when we were in high school, and then with Croc, that's my right-hand man, my roommate. But we're really excited about tomorrow's game. It's going to be a tough fight tomorrow. We know the records go out of the door. There's so much talent on both sides of the ball, and I think it's really going to come down to the team that can play and be more disciplined, no turnovers, execute the game plan. But I'm just happy that we're at home at Doak Campbell, and looking forward to my Seminoles bringing home the victory.
Now, Mayor, you played 4 years at Florida State, and you guys played Miami every year. Which Miami team during your 4-year presence there in Tallahassee was the toughest team you played against? And not only that, who was your toughest opponent on the field? Cornerback-wise, defensive back-wise?
Man, that's a tough question, because every year Miami was always a challenge. We always had our friends on the other side. I probably would say the toughest team would be that Warren Sapp team. Because he was a stud up front. And I remember our offensive linemen used to have a big challenge with Warren. But I would say probably of all the DBs that I've faced, Earl Little was always a challenge. But I would probably say Earl Little of all the DBs. But I got enough highlights against all of them, so they may have a few against me. But that just speaks to the rivalry. You win some, you lose some. And it's a great amount of respect, between the guys that's lined up against you on the other side of the ball. So much respect for the Canes. But we know that great rivalry. We have a great rivalry against Florida too. But that Florida State and Miami game always comes down to either a field goal kick or some wild play. So I'm just looking forward to a great game tomorrow.
He's spoken like a true politician. He know he got people in Miramar that's going to vote for him as Hurricane fan. He better talk good about it.
Okay, now Wayne, question, Wayne. In your opinion, when you were playing, which rivalry was bigger? You guys and us, or you guys and UM?
Wow. Again, another tough question. I think it really depended on the year. It really depended on the year, because we lost the national championship game, my senior year, him and I senior year, as that repeat game against the Gators in the Sugar Bowl, but we always knew that Miami game determined our outcome. If we beat Miami, we had a beeline to the national championship. So it really was tough. It really was tough. I would say that Florida Field was very tough to play in because the stadium was just so loud. It's so loud, it's hard to communicate. But I would say, man, those fans in Miami, man, they used to throw ice at us, eggs at us, So we used to have more fun in the Orange Bowl, but Florida Field was very tough to play in just because it was so loud in that stadium.
Yeah. It's funny. I wake up this morning and I'm going through my Instagram thread, and I come across your feed, and I see you scoring touchdowns against University of Miami, Earl Little especially. So I'm sure Earl's a little ticked off. Once he sees this post, he's going to have something to say to you.
Hey, man, that's just part of casualties of war, you got to get them when you can get them, because, over the years, just going back, seeing LT back in the day, making his touchdowns. Now we got our chance to do ours, and then now we're looking at the young guys, scoring and making their plays. So it's just a great rivalry, man. We're just so blessed to be able to be in this forum right now to talk about these memories, to be able to brag and have our bragging rights. But I really hope that my Seminoles can be victorious against the Canes as well as the Florida Gators later this year, because I'm tired of us being down.
It was just 1 year, man. It was just 1 year. Y'all, 2-10, I know it's hard to live with, but I'm gonna keep bringing it up. 'Cause, especially after this win tomorrow.
Well, Mayor Wilson, we know you got a busy schedule. We know you got things to do. We appreciate you taking the time to come on to join us on the Gridiron Grudge Football Podcast. Best of wishes. God bless you. And Croc, I got one question for you, Croc. How are you guys going to attack this Miami offensive line with this 3-3-5 defense you guys run?
I'm trying to figure that out now, man. These new exotic defense that they have, and that's one of the things that we were talking about today, trying to figure out how we're going to do that, especially with University of Miami being so dominant, especially in the run game. But I've been assured. I walked over there today and had some conversations. I've been assured that we're going to kind of like set the tone tomorrow night. We're excited about the challenge that we're going to be facing. And I think that we're going to try to show University of Miami some fronts that they haven't seen yet. And so I'm excited about what they plan on doing tomorrow. They understand they're going to have to be physical to win this game. And at the end of the day, like Mayor Messam said, when this game comes, all your whether you won, undefeated or not undefeated, all that goes out the door.
Yeah.
It's the team that's the most aggressive, most physical, and make the least amount of mistakes going to win this game. And I've been assured that we're ready to go. And I can tell you this right now, LT, the energy in Tallahassee is off the charts. So when y'all get off that plane, y'all better get off this plane ready to go. I know y'all going to be excited, and we're going to be able to match that. So I'm excited to see what this game is going to be. Like I tell you, the energy has been going on since last night. And I told them, boy, I'm talking to LT. They say the whole week they be playing that war chant through the locker room. And I done walked in this locker room. I ain't heard that Miami song yet. I need to be turned up now. So I made them turn that music up live right now. I need to hear it. So they've been blasting it since 12 o'clock. I need to get them in the right mindset.
I can tell you this. You're talking about your 3-3-5 front. I'm thinking your defensive coordinator, if I was him, I want to stack that box, shut that run game down.
Me too.
And let's see if Carson Beck can complete some footballs in one-on-one coverage. I mean, that's what I would do because that run game is going to be dominant if you allow them to put hands on those smaller defensive linemen and maybe a linebacker or two. I mean, you got one guy, I think the kid from the Trent Jackson, I think he's the biggest D lineman, 300 pounds. Right. I'm thinking that they're going to have to stack that box and make us see if Carson Beck can throw it around the yard. Because if you allow him to sit back in zones, he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put pressure on him to see if he's worthy of that $4 million again.
I tell you, my assessment of this game tomorrow, the game is going to be won with the guys up front on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
And if I'm a betting man, Croc, and you know I'm for you, LT, you know I'm for you. But here's what I'm going to say: that Miami offensive line, that Miami defensive line, that's
spectacular.
Where I think the game will be won, especially Croc against you guys' defense, that 3-3-5. I'm not a fan of that 3-3-5. Maybe if you guys were playing an option type running team spread team, yeah. But running against a power team like Miami, man, them guys average like 6'5", 6'6", 340, 50 pounds. And if you got linebackers already 4 or 5 yard deeps off the ball, man, them guys start coming down here. When those linemen start coming down here, it's like a train coming down a hill, and it's steamrolling. So I don't know how you guys are going to stay in that game for 4 quarters, especially with most of your defensive guys off the ball and behind the line of scrimmage. I think Miami's running game. They're going to kill you guys that. And once you guys start cheating up in the running game, I think Beck is going to have a field day with those receivers, the plethora of receivers that he has to throw the ball to. But You guys do have a chance, I think, with the quarterback that you have. This guy is a dual threat throwing as well as running the ball. But that defensive seven of Miami, they're like a pack of piranhas. They looking for blood.
And I agree, man. And Lou, I agree that our front four and our front seven, they gonna have to grow up tomorrow. Because University of Miami, they coming in to run the ball. They got a big line. They got big backs that love to pound. They physical. They got great vision. And at the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of that 3-3-5, whatever they want to call it. I think it opened up gaps, and I think they get outnumbered a lot. But they're going to have to bring those safety down a little bit. Last week, I thought they played too deep. The linebackers have to attack a little bit more. D-line going to have to control the line of scrimmage, which is going to be a tall task. And they're going to have to play the best game they played thus far in order to win this game. They have to play better than they played against University of Alabama, even though they out-physical them. They're going to have to play like an SEC defense. You know what I mean? They're already big. They got a lot of length. They're fast. They're physical. But they're going to have to play that. And at the same time, University of Miami defense is going to have to defend. They're going to have to defend. We have a lot of receivers. We got a lot of speed. And I think the X factor is going to come down to the quarterback. And Carson Beck seems to get a little fidgety. His eyes get a little crossed sometimes when you put a little fresh at his feet. And so we're going to have to put some pressure on Carson to make him make bad decisions. And we know that he will make the bad decisions. That's been his history, even when he was at University of Georgia. But our quarterback at Florida State, Castellano, he's really going to have to move the pocket. He's going to have to make great decisions. And you're going to have to keep the chains moving. I think the longer we can keep that defense on the field, we'll neutralize the offense. So hopefully that's the game plan. And they're going to have to bring some blitzes from the linebacker to help out with that D-line because, like I said, the offensive line at the University of Miami is ultra talented. But they got a tall task ahead of them. And I think they're excited. I think they're ready to meet it. So I'm looking forward to see what the outcome will be.
Now, defensively speaking, Croc, I hope you guys got some real big hitters in the secondary. I mean, some great tacklers in the secondary because once they get past first and second level, Croc, as you know, and as we've been talking about the state of football in today's world, nobody's tackling. Nobody wants to tackle hard. Nobody's wrapping up. They're using shoulders. They're trying to use their arm. You're not going to get that with defensive backs going up against the type of running backs that they got at the U. So them guys are going to have to be some spectacular tacklers, and otherwise they're going to have about 300 yards in rushing stacked on their head.
Yeah, speaking about Earl Little earlier, like, you know, Wayne, Amir Messer talked about scoring on Earl Little. His son is here with us, and he's an enforcer, very physical, and lucky enough he played a lot against the running back from University of Miami number 4. So I think he got an idea of the punch that he packs, and hopefully we can use some of that bit of that history to get him to come down and get him on the ground before he gets started. As you know, once those big backs get started, they're hard to bring down, man. So there's no secret they're gonna run the ball, man. So the bottom line is we have to come to the party. The defense is gonna have to show up tomorrow. The D line, the front seven is gonna have to own the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball in order for us to win this game. So
hey, Crop, so what your safety's going to have to do, they're going to have to bring their big boy jock straps. Because let me tell you something. I watched them in the fourth quarter against Virginia. And they looked tired. They weren't there. You know, Earl Little Jr. he got ran over. And the fourth quarter, they got to do some conditioning, man. That fourth quarter.
That's what I said, too. I said, listen, man, hey. You got to get some gases. You got to get some extra gases in this week. Do what you got to do. Get your legs underneath you. Because we can't have you coming out tired this week. Yeah. Because I agree with you, LT. They did look a little gas. You know, I know Virginia was doing that no huddle, but that's no excuse. At this point, everybody should be in shape. There's no reason for them to look that gas.
Henry, I talked about last, Deuce dropping that pass that everybody thought he called, but that was concentration. I talked about last week about, when we were here last weekend, I was talking to you guys about, I knew he was going to blow a pass late in the game because Castellano only throws to him. Check this out. If you take his yardage, I think he's had 365 yards. Mm-hmm. If you add the next 3 receivers, he still got more catches than the next 3 receivers on Florida State roster combined. And so
So LT,
I
let me
thought
ask
he
you a
was
question.
tired.
So LT, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When you've been there, you've been the man. When you know you're the man, and you
Yes.
know the ball is coming to you,
Yes.
you can't get tired.
No, you cannot.
You can't get tired. So, and that's the part that jumped out at me. And I, and I don't want to talk against my guy, but that it just showed up. He was right. He was tired. He was blowed, and you knew that at some point the game was going to come back to him because it was going to Mary down.
Yeah.
So what do you have to do when you know the ball's coming to you? Like, man, listen, man. Everybody in the stadium know they're going to you, buddy.
So I used to
Like, you
always say,
can't get tired.
I used to always do this. This is just my thing because I got it from Michael Irvin. So at the end of practice, I'm still running full speed. I'm running routes at the end of practice, full speed.
You should.
Because I'm getting ready for the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Because that's when the game's on the line, Lou. And so when the fourth quarter happens, I'm already full of wind. I'm just like, hey, I've been there. I'm staying late after practice. I'm running full speed routes. I ain't going over to the judge machine. I want to get the perfect timing with my quarterback. And I want to be, again, in the fourth quarter, still having gas in the tank.
Listen, if we talking physical condition at this point in the season for any particular team, for any particular player, that's got to be a no-no. If you're not in shape, that falls back on you, not just you as a player, but I think it falls back on the coach too. But here's what I'm saying. My thing is, both teams are equally talented. Speed, when it comes down to speed, both teams got speed. Size, both teams got both teams got size. Both teams got speed. These type of games, they come down to individually, if you got that want to, if you got that dog, if you're going to be more of a dog than me, that's what these type of games come down to. Yeah. That's what this game tomorrow, I can tell you, it's going to be a knockout, drag out. I'm going to hit you in your mouth. If you don't fight back, I'm going to keep hitting you in your mouth, and that's what it's going to be. So if you ain't in shape tomorrow, you need your ass whooped.
Hey, Henry, I got two fun facts about these two quarterbacks, too. Castellano is 1-5 when he's passed for over 240 yards in the game. He's 1-5.
That ain't good.
Okay? And Carson Beck was 28-3. And he's played in these type of environments before. You take a Tennessee, you take a University of Florida, you take an Alabama, Georgia, hell, they packed all the time. Yeah. So he's played in these type of environments. So I'm hoping that it rubs off on the rest of the players on that team because some of these guys have never been up there. And I got to tell you, Lou, I'm not going to lie. That first experience going up there at night, boy, I had nightmares, boy. It's
special.
It is a great environment to play Florida State at night.
I love it. I love football. So go ahead, Crop. Go ahead.
It's no better atmosphere to play in. It's University of Miami, Florida State week. There's no bigger game in the history or in all of college football. Like, this is the week, and it's good that we're playing early because back in the day when we used to play, we used to always knock each other out for the national championship contention. So they decided to move this game earlier so at least we can get back in it. But I'm excited about the opportunity these kids got in front of them. Like, the atmosphere is going to be intense. I'm talking like right now the streets are blocked off downtown. Downtown Get Down is getting down. And all over here in College Town, all the bars and all the streets are packed. They got concerts going on down here. They're excited to have University of Miami in. But I'm going to tell you, by 7:30 tomorrow night, it's going to be on and popping. The stadium is going to be loud. Everybody going to be there early. Everybody working on their tailgates and all the different meals they're going to have, all the drinks. They're going to be extra loud. So if you can't get up for this game, you don't like football. And you shouldn't be playing for neither one of these universities. But what it's going to boil down to is who wants it more, who got the will, who going to make the least amount of mistakes. And like I said, the only thing I'm concerned about is, like LT said, man, listen, the thing that jumped out at the screen at me last week, we look out of shape. And Lou, you just said it, there's no reason for you to even be talking about being in shape or out of shape this close to camp. And so that's the only thing that worries me with Miami starting to pick that pace up. Can we match that? Can we are we gonna start subbing in? Is guys gonna start tapping their head? Hey, I need to get out. I mean, that's the latest thing. That's a new thing. I ain't never seen that before. Like, I would never let nobody come in. I wouldn't let my backup come in and get no reps.
Exactly.
But these guys okay with tapping out, and I think that's what it's gonna boil down to. Who's gonna force their will on each other? What I mean, we already know University of Miami has a superior line, and University Florida State say, hey, listen. Our offensive line ain't too shabby either. We're going to come off the ball on them. We're going to move the ball. We're going to make them run. We're going to see if they are who they say they are. So I'm excited to see what this looks like. Unfortunately, I got to – yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off, but we're talking about out of shape. And so we got to segue back to the Gators because they quarterback they got, like he been sitting at the McDonald's eating Crystal Burgers too much.
Yeah,
so I saw he
240. Hey, I saw he 240. I saw he 245. There's no reason for him to be 245. He got to be around 225, 230.
He looked like the
lineman
that
going
played
back to that
brother.
Listen, I like that kid. I like that kid, and I think that game between Texas and Florida is going to come down to the quarterbacks. Right now, we got Archie Manning playing horrible, and he's starting to try to get in his rhythm. And I think the more that he plays, the better he's going to play. But a young man down at University of Florida, paying him a lot of money, man. It's time for him to stand up. I think he need a little bit. Think he need a little help from the offensive coordinator the head coach, because the head coach is supposed to be the offensive genius. I haven't seen any genius yet. But I think it's going to come down to the quarterback play for University of Florida versus Texas game.
Well, my thing is with the quarterback. This guy coming out, great pocket passer. I'm happy of the fact that we got two receivers coming back. We got Mizell coming back, and we got Dallas Wilson coming back. Two guys, 6'3", 6'2", 215 pound, big bodies. I want Napier to spread the offense out. I'm sick of that bunch formation. Let this guy see whether the defense is in zone or man. Put a guy in motion to dictate, see whether they're in zone or man, and get the ball to these guys. But I'd also like to see us run the ball. Run the ball to set up the passing game as opposed to that being in reverse. We pass the ball to set up the run game, but then once we get behind, being at the passing game is no factor for us. Now we can't run or pass. So now I'm to the point right now where I need somebody who's going to get in there and maximize that talent we got offensively, because right now Napier's not doing it. I know DJ's missed all spring, missed all summer, so he's behind and trying to get his act together. But right now, it's better late. It's either now or never for us, because next week we got A&M, who's ranked 6th, 7th, or 8th in the nation right now, and our schedule only gets harder. So Texas, we got a shot. Yeah, man, I'm pissed, man. No, LT. To have that kind of talent on a team, in an organization, and not maximize it, it's tragic. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
I agree.
So I want to see us run this ball against Texas. I mean, Arch ain't playing up to the hype of Arch Manning. I think our secondary can, the guys, if they're not ball watching, we can get a couple of picks. I feel like my guy Carmoni McLean, he's going to be on point. I'm looking for our safeties to step up. We got a couple banged up defensive linemen. I'm hoping we can get back for tomorrow. But it's going to be all on our offense, and it's going to be all on Napier to see what we can do and where we go from here.
Well, speaking of defensive backs, a guy that played at the University of Miami that says on the line, I saw this guy pull off one of the biggest hits I've ever seen in my life. Robert Bailey in the Cotton Bowl. He told me before the game, I'm going to knock him out. I said, well, go ahead, Rob, do your thing. And, man, he ran down there and knocked that boy silly on the opening play. And that propelled us to a 46-3 beatdown of the University of Texas. And there he is, my man, Robert Bailey, looking slim and trim.
What's up, Bailey, my ex-teammate? What's up,
Great to be on, man. Great to be on. I love both you guys, man. You guys are, both y'all were my teammates. I love you guys. I love what you guys doing in the community. I love listening to Lamar because Lamar is one of the most exciting, radio hosts. When he's doing his game stuff, he's extremely excited. Lou, I don't have to pump you up. You're the king of the city. So I'm just excited to be on here with you guys.
What do you think? Your outlook on that game tomorrow? You guys in FSU. What do you think you guys need to do to win that game tomorrow?
Well, remember, hold on. Before Robert answers now, before Bailey answers, he has to be kind of like Messam. He has to be politically correct. Now he might have some talent over there on the FSU side too. So he has to be very careful about what he says. Just looking out for you, Bailey.
I'm a Hurricane through and through. I do think that Florida State is going to come in and they got nothing to lose. Most of the guys on Florida State, most of the guys on Miami, they all know each other. They all went to some of the same high schools. They all played on some of the same 7-on-7 teams. So when they play each other, there's not much intimidation from either side because these guys were teammates at one point. I think Miami has a little bit of the edge. It's going to be a great game. We have some Miami Hurricane alumni whose kids play at Florida State. So, that blood, that winning blood is on Florida State side as well. It's going to be a great game, man. I'm hoping Miami pulls it off. I'm confident Miami will pull it off, but I also know that you got to respect Florida State anytime they play University of Miami.
Listen, man. This is a good weekend of football. This is one of the best weekends of football coming up tomorrow. My Gators against Texas. Your Hurricanes against Crockett's Seminoles. Man, it's going to be some knockout, drag-out action tomorrow. I'm hoping my guys could at least play well. Even if they don't win, just play well. Play like the University of Florida knows how to play. Start there, and I'll be happy. Start there, and I'll be happy.
So I went to Texas scrimmage before the season started, and I watched the third string defensive unit really beat up on Archie. He missed. The guy's wearing a red jersey. I didn't understand how you could wear a red jersey, know that you're not going to get touched, and still miss open targets. And so I said before the season, while they were still ranked number one, I said to a few people, they're going to lose a minimum of 4 games. And I had on my schedule for Florida to be one of those teams to beat Texas. I just think that Florida, on the other hand, they've surprised a lot of people by not being as strong as they normally are or they should be. Now, I understand the quarterback's been injured. I understand he didn't play. He didn't do anything much in spring. Even in fall camp, they held him out of a lot of practices and scrimmages and stuff like that. So I'm assuming that, he's just trying to get, I watched them play against University of Miami. He didn't throw the ball down the field. I think he threw one pass longer than 30 yards. So they're actually holding him back. I don't know when they're going to really let him go. But I do expect Florida to give Texas a hard time, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think.
Robert, you're one of the partners with Rosenhaus. And so I want to always ask you this question. Let's say you're watching that Miami-Florida State game, and somebody jumps off the map to you. I mean, because that's what happens. A guy that you don't even know just jumps off the map. I mean, how do you guys go about, how does that work? Like, how does do the parents call you guys, or how does that? You see them? Do you put them on a list, or later on?
So,
how does that work?
So let me tell you how it works. We've been doing this for 35 years, Lamar. So we have a great relationship with all the decision makers on all the NFL teams. So they give us a list of guys that they like. And then we go out and try to recruit those guys. But every now and then we see someone that is just blooming that year, especially me. I feel like I have a good evaluation sense of who's a good player, who's not a good player. And sometimes I do see an individual here or there jump off. I then call teams and tell them about that player. A long time ago, Jonathan Grenard, who is the starting defensive end for the Minnesota Vikings, I found him in Louisville as a freshman coming off the bench.
I was there.
I found his parents in the stands. I went up to his parents. I asked them for their number, and I recruited him. He transferred to Florida. I recruited him the entire way. No one believed me, except for when Florida played University of Miami. He had 3 sacks against University of Miami, and all of a sudden my phone started blowing up. Yep. Today he's one of the highest paid defensive ends in the NFL. He's our client. And so that happens sometimes. It doesn't happen a lot, but once or twice a year I'll find a guy that I think bloomed late and has talent. I think Earl Little's son at Florida State is one of those guys that can possibly be a top pick and have a good NFL career. He's playing extremely, extremely well.
Let me ask you this, Robert. What did you think about Lamar Jackson when he came out? What was your thoughts on him? Did you think he would develop into the player that he's developed into? Or were
Man, that's a great question.
Or were you like a Booger McFarland who I got on today because he was talking about Carson Beck? And I said, well, Booger, you talking about quarterbacks, your analysis of that has been the crap because you said Lamar Jackson wasn't even going to be good. So what was your thought process on Lamar Jackson coming out of school?
So Tutu Atwell, who's the receiver at the Rams, I recruited him out of Louisville. And so I got a chance to watch Lamar play for a season. What I thought about Lamar was I thought his deep balls were great. So vertical routes, he did a good job. Crossing routes, he was inaccurate. And he was extremely talented, but I thought, you know what, this guy is extremely athletic, extremely talented. He throws the deep ball well, but he was a little inaccurate on crossing routes, whether it's mid-level crossing routes or deep crossing routes. He wasn't accurate. And so I thought he would be a starter, but not a star in the NFL. So I was wrong on him because what he did was he went to the Ravens and they developed him very, very well. He also became a student of the game. I think he's a star quarterback. He has a hard time beating Kansas City Chiefs. That seems to be his nemesis. Until he gets past them, I think people will give him credit, but they won't give him the credit that I think he deserves. But I think sooner or later he'll eventually, get that beast in Kansas City off of his back.
All right. You've heard it from the professionals here today. Game tomorrow. My Gators against the Texas Longhorns. Hoping we can take the ball up top, spread the ball around, run the ball well, get our receivers involved, have our secondary grab a couple of those interceptions from Manning and win that ball game. Croc, you and LT, you know I rock with both of y'all, but only one of you guys can win tomorrow. Best of luck to both of you guys. Want to say shout out to Robert Bailey, thank you for coming on, giving us your input
Oh, man.
from
Love you
Rosenhouse
guys,
Sports.
man. Love you
my
guys.
ex-teammate, as well as Mayor Wayne Messam from the city of Miramar. We thank you for coming on, giving us your input. LT, you know I rock with you, man. We're going to be back here next Friday. We thank you guys for tuning in out there, everybody that's on location here, everybody that's online. We thank you guys for tuning in to the Gridiron Grudge Football Podcast. We'll be back next Friday, 6 p.m. You can catch us on these platforms at Gridiron Grudge Podcast, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, as well as Vimeo. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Good night and see you next week.
I love Gridiron Grudge, man. I love you guys. Later, guys.
Thank you, Bailey.
All right.